Hi, everyone. This is Waleuska Lazo, and I am the founder of the Gratitude Experiment and the FMTG course. And I have one of the FMTG students, Julia, and she's from Arizona, and she is going to talk a little bit about what FMTG has done for her life. And I believe that you've taken the course once or twice.
Once.
Once. Okay. So first of all, why don't you tell everyone, how did you find out about FMTG and what was happening in your life at the time that prompted you to say, you know what, I'm going to take this 28 days and give it a go?
Well, I originally, right now, I'm always trying to be positive in this world that we're living in right now. And I'm only going on positive sites. And on Facebook, I found the I Am Enough
group.
Yeah. And I happened to see Waleuska on there talking about her course. I'm like, oh my gosh, I totally am ready to go to the next level and try to dig deep and be grateful what I have and try to heal my wounds and find purpose for my pain and just grow in different ways. And I've never really committed to the 28-day thing. A lot of times I start and stop, and this time I'm like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to commit to it, and I'm going to give it my all, and I'm going to do my best to take full advantage of it. And if you give more, you get more. And I absolutely did. And I highly recommend it. It definitely changed my life, and it made me think deeper about myself and my growth, and to take time to meditate and stop and think about what to be grateful for each day.
Beautiful. Thank you. Yes. And I think there's so many people that, and that's the problem that I find with a lot of self-help books, because I was devouring every book that I could find because I was always looking for healing. And I would read the book, I would get excited, and then I would finish, and then that's it. Or sometimes I wouldn't even finish the book because life gets in the way. And I think there's something very different between, understanding something and actually doing something. And the beautiful part about why I designed FMTG in the manner that I did is to be facilitated, because I believe that people, especially at the beginning, cannot be left to their own devices. We need that constant reinforcement and hand-holding, and to keep you accountable. And I think that's what FMTG does. The fact that, every morning you have to submit your responses, and I'm there trying to answer, and reading everyone's responses. And that, you owe it to other people also in the course that are there, putting their life openly for others to see. So I love that it makes you very accountable, and it keeps you going. It's one of the things that I love the most.
Yeah, and I definitely loved that. It was so interesting. Once we listened to the meditations and the lessons, I just was amazed what came out of my mind and heart. And it's like, wow, there's so much stuff. And I actually, I go back and do some of the meditations and stuff because I like repetition. So I'm very happy to do all the repetition. But I love that. I've also learned that it's definitely an inside job, not an outside job, and I have to do the work. And I love that you have done the work, and this is a proven system. And I love that people come back many times over and over, and they learn different things each time. And this is definitely something that you just keep doing. You can't just do it once and it be done. So growth is just constant, and I just appreciate this opportunity because I have one life, and I want to be my best and be as grateful as I can for what I do have, and be the best me I can be, and also try to help others too. I love throwing kindness around too, and we all help each other because it takes a village.
Absolutely. Yes. And it's such an easy system. It's 5 minutes, just before you get out of bed. And FMTG, once you're done with the course, ideally, if someone feels that they have to go deeper, they retake the course, but FMTG is now your tool for life. And, my hope is that whether you're in the course or not, that every single morning you're going to start your day and live it by that system, where you learn to just embrace whatever life throws at us with grace and gratitude, because underneath all the chaos, there is great opportunity for fulfillment and learning, right? But it's all about perspective. You have to be willing to go into the dark and to find your light. And so many people are just too busy complaining about everything that they have, feeling that the world is against them rather than the world is for them. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's easier to just do that and to try to blame everyone. But I realize that it is an inside job so much. And I do appreciate this skill. And I'm the kind of person that I definitely need to do it a couple times to get it. But I've definitely learned a lot. And then I'm going to move forward and learn more and grow more and dig deeper and heal more.
there's 28 lessons and 28 meditations that we do. Is there anything that stands up, more for you, that had the most impact in your life out of all the lessons?
The ones definitely, I love that even if you're having a difficult time, first of all, just overall, that we have to try to look for what we're grateful for. I think it's easy to blame parents for all the missteps they took, but to know that they did their best and to also take time to see what they did do right and how they did help us and that they did love us and did their best and they only did the best with what they had. So it just made me kind of give them a little more grace as well. And also dealing with past is something that I think a lot of people struggle with. So that's something I have to keep working on. But I also know like all the topics are definitely the human condition. We can benefit from all of them. So it really gave me different opportunities of things I didn't even think about. So I really, really, really appreciate even the simple things to be grateful for. And being grateful, of course, helps your life be better. So I appreciate having to dig deep in the areas that were difficult for me and finding the gratefulness in that.
Beautiful. And, when I speak to new students or they're, people that are thinking of taking an FMTG course, one of the questions that they ask is, if I put my reflections down, can other people see them? And, there's that they're hesitant about sharing because of their privacy. And although I explained that FMTG is completely private and only registered students will, be able to see the content and the responses, they're still very apprehensive. Can you talk a little bit about that? Like, did you feel any apprehension and what happened after?
Okay. First of all, the old me would have felt apprehension, but the new me didn't. I'm like, I'm here to grow. I just want to put myself out there. And I was very vulnerable. And I'm finding just in life being more vulnerable is just being more freeing. And just the support that you get from the group and the ideas. Sometimes someone has something to share about what you've been through. Either they've been through it too, or they have an idea from the other side, or they have an idea just from what you're saying. And I felt it was very important to be open, and I felt it was very important to give more. I definitely got more out of it giving. I was definitely a strong giver and a strong receiver, and I definitely benefited from it. And I highly recommend, if you're doing the course, jump in with both feet and give it your all.
And in just imparting, if someone that has never taken an FMTG course was watching this, like, what would you tell them? Just, very briefly, why should they invest and spend the 28 days doing this course versus something else?
Well, what I did like about it is it's just practical life skills, and all these things, the topic areas were all things that we need to deal with to be a better person. And I loved committing to it and taking the time to try to figure out myself. And I didn't know what I was getting into, but I'm telling you, it was a life-changing experience for me. And you just take it a day at a time and grow each day. And I highly recommend it. I'm doing it again. But I think the growth that I got out of it, and I love, Waleuska, that you took the time to meet with us on Zoom calls once a week in case we had any questions or concerns or needed more clarification. And that was like such an amazing piece to it, and such an extra piece. And I loved just learning how to stop for 5 minutes and thinking about myself and what I needed to do to be grateful, and just thinking about one topic a day. And it absolutely changed my life doing it. And I highly, highly, highly recommend it. If anyone wanted to talk to me about it, I'd be happy to talk to them about it. But I tell a lot of people about it, And I can't wait to do it again. And I love that I stuck with it. And it was just so helpful in so many ways for me to grow. And I can't thank you enough for the opportunity. I'm so glad I saw it. There are no coincidences. So I'm grateful for that as well.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And for anyone watching, if you want to find out information of the next, when the next courses will run, you can go to waleukalazo.com/the gratitude experiment, no spaces. And I look forward to seeing you in one of the courses. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Julie.
Thank you.